We are back again to My Third Place Pod here on My Third Place Network. Welcome back to the dojo as we continue to chop down season 3 of Cobra Kai on Netflix. See what I did there? Chop.
You're really embracing the Stingray character. I'm Brandy.
Yeah. Yeah. Miyagi-verse fans, as always, as must be said on every episode, because we're always critiquing the show. We love Cobra Kai. We love the Karate Kid universe. But don't let us influence you on the show. We're just fans of the show, as there are millions of other fans out there who have different opinions, ours included. So if you heard of the breakdown episodes of the past, or if you're new here, we are massive Karate Kid and Cobra Kai fans. So we decided we're going to rewatch the shows on Netflix and break down the episodes scene by scene and tell you what we thought about them. You are more than welcome to follow along and rewatch the shows with us, as some of our friends are doing, and listen to the podcast as well. There will be spoilers, and at times we do tend to add in trivia or ask a question for you to ponder over. It's what we do here. If you want to go back and listen to past episodes about Cobra Kai and what we thought about them, I suggest you go back and listen to episode 154, and then continue on from there. And let us know what you thought about them. All right, episode 2, Nature versus Nurture, directed by Hurwitz and Schlossberg. I don't even need to say their names anymore. Just like last names now. We know who they are. John Hurwitz, Hayden Schlossberg. See, I apologize already. Written by Joe Piarulli and Luan Thomas. Synopsis: Daniel and Johnny team up to find Robbie. Miguel faces an uncertain future. Kreese tries to bring Tori back to Cobra Kai. Oh, we are going back in time. Cold open in 1965 in the San Fernando Valley. David and James, along with David's girlfriend Betsy, exit a car and go into a diner with Wooly Bully playing in the background. Wooly Bully. Wooly Bully. Is that the words of the song? Is that it? Wooly Bully?
Gotcha.
Pretty much, okay. James is played by Ken Bearfield, who is a stunt coordinator and stunt performer based out of Atlanta, Georgia. He was part of the MTV reality TV show 2 A Days in high school. He has done stunts for The Magnificent Seven and Jungle Cruise. Betsy is played by Emily Marie Palmer, actress and singer, appears on 2 episodes of Cobra Kai, so we will be seeing her again. And she has appeared on 10 episodes of Mercy Street as Sister Isabella. And finally, the varsity captain, David, played by Jesse Cobb, the son of Martin Cobb. Ooh. When he was only 10 years old, Jesse would create movies using his father's video camera. He has recently co-starred alongside Joseph Fiennes in the highly anticipated World War II drama On Wings of Eagle, the unofficial sequel to Chariots of Fire. I hope we get David's facial expressions, just like his dad. No?
Wait, now,
yeah?
who, okay. What character are you talking about? Does he play?
Varsity captain, the one that comes out first of the car.
Oh, okay.
David and his
Okay.
Betsy's boyfriend.
Okay.
They come out of a car that looks exactly like the banana boat that Daniel has from his 70th birthday.
Yeah.
They made a point to show the plate number, which was 260V5D. Of course, I went back and searched for Daniel's plate number in the episodes in season 2, where they go to the beach club, and his is QA4590. But the fact that this guy and Mr. Miyagi had the same type of car in the 60s, in the same vicinity, in the same town or city, it's like, what? Wait a minute, okay. What are we doing here? Everybody has the same car, right? It was the 60s.
Did they?
Okay. I don't know. Betsy's boyfriend bumps into a busboy, a young John Kreese. played to perfection from here on out and through season 6 by Barrett Carnahan, who has played Derek Turner in 7 episodes of Cruel Summer, Jake Reardon in 12 episodes of One of Us Lying, and Aiden in 7 episodes of Alexa and Katie.
One of my favorite shows.
Yeah.
Loved him in that show.
He's in that show? All right.
Yeah, I told you to watch that show.
Okay.
And you said, "Oh, he plays that's who plays young Kreese." And I was like, "What? Do you not remember this conversation we had? Like, I don't know, a year ago, maybe 6 months ago, a year ago. I don't know. I don't know when we had it, but we had this conversation."
I believe you. Yeah, I believe you. They bump into Kreese without so much of an apology. All three of them go to sit down, and when she expresses pity for the opposing team, David tells her that football players don't show each other mercy. Okay. I love that David says it, but Kreese overhears it. When Kreese sets the table, Betsy thanks him and he smiles. David called Kreese a loser after asking what he was looking at, and Kreese apologizes before leaving. James whispered to David that Kreese's mother committed suicide, to which he laughs and calls him a freak. What? Like, that's not okay. So freaking 60s, whatever.
Right.
Just because of that? That's so weird.
That's awful.
Betsy's uncomfortable. Yeah, it is. Betsy's uncomfortable with this, but he tells her that if she cares so much, she can start a circus. Both David and James laugh until an army officer approaches their table and gives them a pamphlet to recruit them to join the army. They tell the officer that they'll consider it, but when he leaves, they laugh, and Betsy's boyfriend crumples up the pamphlet into a ball before throwing it onto the floor. Kreese picks up the pamphlet, uncrumples it, and is looking at it when his boss yells at him to get back to work. He quickly goes back to work, but as he passes the boys' table carrying a tub of dirty dishes and utensils, David trips him, causing the entire diner to laugh at him except Betsy. Yes, the 50s were cruel. Jeez. In present day, Kreese gives a speech to assemble the Cobra Kai students. Life isn't fair. Sometimes the world can be cruel, and that's why you have to learn to be cruel yourself. Weakness is unacceptable. The fight at the school was an embarrassment. You lost soldiers and you lost the battle, but you will not lose again. Soldiers, battle. Diaz was one of our own. What they did to him, they did to all of us, and it will not go unanswered. We will show no mercy. We will show no weakness. We will strike back, and we will strike hard. Is that clear? They all yell, "Yes, Sensei," and the Cobra Kai logo appears on the screen. Again, war. Like, this isn't his students anymore. This is his platoon, his army.
His what? You cut out.
So this isn't his students anymore. This is his platoon, his army, his soldiers. Like, you lost soldiers, you lost the battle, you're not going to lose this war. Like, these are kids, like Daniel and Johnny said last season. Like, dude, calm down with the war stuff. He's all like,
what is your thought on that? I don't think we've ever actually discussed that. What do you think makes him act that way? Like, why does he think that? Like, I feel like it's a chemical in his brain, and he believes it. He believes this, that there's a war, and yeah.
He came back damaged. He never stopped fighting. Like, we get to find out later, but still, like, he's in there. He's in that young Kreese's mind again.
I mean, we
everything to him is war.
I guess we kind of do, but I don't know if they fully.
They don't.
Yeah, they don't fully explain it. We kind of have to draw our own conclusions, I feel.
Yeah. Meanwhile, in the hospital, Miguel is not awake, and Carmen is giving him gifts from his friends. She refers to Dimitri as the pale friend, who gifted him a comic book. The pale one, she points at the basket, who tells him it's from the LaRussos. Miguel tries to talk to his mom and wants to know where Johnny is. Johnny is with Daniel as they are on a mission to look for Robbie. They start the journey by going to meet a mutual friend at Malibu Canyon Recovery, a rehab facility where the staff think Johnny is checking in, and he tells them that I'm no quitter. The mutual...
Sorry. I'm not
no
checking
quitter.
in. I'm not quitting. She's honest.
Like, okay, sir. The mutual friend is Robbie's mother, Shannon, who seems to be doing a lot better, has some actionable info regarding her son and tells him about Robbie's former friends and associates. Trey and Cruz, the one that looks like Chris Brown and mustache. Johnny asks how they're supposed to find Tweedledee and Tweedledumbass. Daniel says he knows where he can find them. Of course, he does. I love how Johnny walks into the rehab center and so this is rehab? What? This is how rehab feels? Okay. And then he has a moment where it's I wish I could be here. I'm no quitter. Nah, I'm okay. Leave me alone. I don't want to be here. But I do want to be here. Y'all are getting pampered and everything and yoga and hey girls, we're not doing that. Oh, okay.
I love how he tells him to focus.
Focus. It's what? Oh, okay. I'm no quitter. But I wish I could be here with them. At the Cobra Kai dojo, Kreese introduces the students to a mouse which Bert names Clarence. Kreese insists to feed Clarence to a snake. Bert is unable to go through with it, and Kreese asks for another one, who agrees with Bert to raise their hands. Kreese then dismisses them and kicks them off the team. Hawk looks at Bert, who's one of his best friends and always hangs out with him at school, realizing now that he's no longer Cobra Kai, he isn't going to hang out with him anymore. The look on Hawk's face, you're kicking my friends out, man. What are you doing? I thought we were all in this together. Not anymore, buddy. Kreese smiles at the remaining students and then turns around to drop the mouse with the snake, which you hear a hiss and a squeak. Hawk later questions Kreese about his plan, wondering if now's the time to lose students. But Kreese assures him that they need to strengthen their core if one of them wants to be the new champion in Miguel's absence. Who should be the champion in Miguel's absence? Who do you think?
Are you talking about in Miguel and Robbie's absence?
Ooh, Cobra Kai.
Oh, that's true. Okay, yeah, then Robbie's not. Okay. If we're going just Cobra Kai, oh, Bert's no longer there, so I can't pick him. I'm just kidding.
You're going to go with Bert. Oh my. I love that.
Doesn't get anything. No, I definitely would say Hawk.
Because Bert is out in the first round. Every time.
But I like Bert.
Yeah, true.
I would say Hawk.
Hawk. All right. Tori, if she was still in there, but
yeah,
maybe.
I see it definitely. You know what? Yeah, there's toss up between Hawk and Tori. They're both they're both badasses.
But Tori's absence from the dojo is explained by her struggling to keep the lights on while caring for her sick mother, taking care of her brother. I didn't know she had a brother.
I didn't
either.
All
the while trying not to get convicted from her apartment by the landlord. What happened to her brother?
Or should I say, I forgot. I forgot.
I forgot she had a brother.
Yeah, when I first watched this and then going back and rewatching it, I was like, where is he? Okay. Well, we won't spoil, but yes. Anyways, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
All the while trying not to get evicted from her apartment by the landlord, Rodney, or receive an actual juvie sentence. We don't get to see Tori's mom's face until season 6, but this is where the rumor on Reddit started that maybe it was Julie from the next Karate Kid, and how the producers were trying to talk to Hilary Swank about returning for the role for these episodes, but it ended up not being her. So, no. She walks out of her apartment to throw the garbage and run to her landlord Rodney, played by Grayson Berry, who ironically showed up on Law & Order SVU the same year season 3 aired. You know. He gives major pedophile vibes, creeps. Creepy guy, you know. Tori.
He is creepy.
He tells her he heard about that cat fight at school, and if he had an inflatable pool with mud in it, he could have sold tickets with that boy that fought over. Could have sat front and center. Yeah. Tori asks not to talk about him, which Rodney gets more creepy by telling her things would be easier for her if she had a man instead of a boy and not worry about paying rent. He's going all in on that, huh? He tries to caress her hair, but she quickly grabs him by his wrist and defends herself real quickly, saying she bet he wouldn't sound like a man if she broke his wrist. I love that. Good job. He answers back with what would her probation officer would say. She pushes him back and tells her to think about what he said, blackmailing her into seeing her tonight or getting that check on the 1st of the month. He mimics a cat growling, laughs, and walks away, leaving Tori to kick a metal pipe by the wall of the apartment. Yeah, don't like this guy at all. Daniel and Johnny go to see Robbie's former associates in prison, which they then slip into the classic good cop, bad cop routine that fits with their odd couple banter. Both Trey and Mustache listen to Daniel, but not Johnny, because Daniel knows how to kick ass, not like Johnny, who they call a punk-ass bitch. Johnny slaps Mustache twice while the security guard turns the other way. Trey tries to defuse the situation by telling them where they all used to spend time. Daniel tells them they better be telling the truth, or else he's sending Johnny to them alone next time. You know, trying to, scare them off. Back at the hospital, Miguel's being fed by Carmen while a doctor checks up on him. Miguel confirms that he can feel his hands, and Carmen makes small talk about what his grandmother is doing at home while the doctor tests Miguel's leg and foot. Miguel does not feel anything and confirms as such, even when the doctor presses a pen against the bottom of Miguel's feet. The doctor then takes Carmen outside his room to talk. The news doesn't look good as Miguel watches through the window and sees his mom break down. He is paralyzed from the waist down. And we all get that moment where they're like, oh shit, he's not going to walk again? Right?
Yeah, again, this was one where I was like, what are they going to do? What's going to happen? What are they going to make him? Because he obviously won't be playing karate anymore.
Right, yeah.
Doing karate. Doing karate?
Karate. Yeah, doing karate. Practicing
Not
karate?
playing it, doing it. Practicing karate?
Yeah.
Something with karate.
Karate. Okay. In the car, Amanda calls Daniel and Johnny and is faintly horrified when she hears what they've been up to. Daniel tells her they have a lead on Robbie. Amanda smirks and asks if they're both Tango and Cash now. Johnny corrects her by saying Tango and Cash were narcotics detectives, totally different.
Again, another 80s reference, right? Tango and Cash was 80s, or was it 90s?
80s. I don't remember. I've never seen it. I'm going to go watch it now. Before anybody mentions anything.
Oh, Tango and Cash, yeah.
Amanda apologizes, doesn't really care. She's like, oh, I'm sorry. After revealing to her that Johnny and Daniel went to prison, she tells the both of them to be careful. After the call, Daniel was avoiding Johnny for revealing the prison part. Johnny says he's not lying to Daniel's wife for him. Jesus. Do anything I want, buddy.
Oh my god.
Next scene, Tori's counting the money to get ready for pay for her rent, but is startled by a knock on the door. Cree speaks to Tori at her apartment, blames herself for what happened to Miguel. She doesn't want to go to juvie. Cree insists that he will pay for her rent as he too had similar complications as his mother was ill as well, but with a different kind of sickness. from which she unfortunately did not recover from. Depression? We're going to
That's what
say
I was
depression,
thinking.
right?
That's what I was thinking. Something mental health related. Yeah.
And
What,
yeah,
what is Crease's? What is he doing? What is his motive? Is what I want to know. Why is he offering to help and offering to pay? It can't just be because she's good at karate. Like, what is his motivation there?
he's down a few people. Like, Hawk already spoke to him, like, what are you doing? You're kicking people out. So he is going for what he did to Johnny back in the 80s and trying to, like, work the angle where, like, I understand your mom is sick. I can help you. My mom, had a similar situation. Trying to, like, trauma bond with them. So, like, I feel like he's trying to trauma bond with Tori here. And, like, I'll help you out and do all this stuff for you as long as you don't quit. Because I really need you. I really need you to be on the team. I really need you to be my quarterback for now while Miguel is in the hospital.
I was kind of thinking you were going to say be part of his army.
That too. Like, it'd be because Hawk can take him there, but Hawk has a serious anger issue.
You don't think Tori does?
As Tori is broken and she can work through it. Like, he feels like he can help her anger, while Hawk is like he needs more time.
I feel Hawk has a right to be angry, though.
Hmm.
He was bullied.
Yeah.
He's got his own demons.
That's true. He gets bullied while Tori already knows martial arts. It's just like she needs it. So he's trying to help. Tori's a little skeptical about it because she keeps looking at the landlord and acts like she does not need help and tells Kreese to not worry about her situation. Oh, but Kreese will worry about her situation. Back in 1965, Kreese was taking out the trash and then overhears Betsy having complications with David. Kreese sees David slap her for smiling at someone and intervenes to save her. David tells Kreese to stay away from his business and calls him a freak. Kreese fights both David and James, already having experience with fighting and saying he's been fighting his whole life. He sure ain't scared of him. He knocks both of them out and is on spaghetti legs trying to stand upright. Betsy asks if he's okay, and Kreese says he's had worse, but asks her if she needs a lift. Take your shot, man. You already beat up the bully. You might as well take your shot there. Like, hey, you want to go out sometime? Like, sure, why not? Young Kreese, yes. Old Kreese, no.
I like young Kreese, but then again, it's probably because I also like the actor who plays young Kreese.
Okay, there you go. At a gas station, Daniel gets a text and shows Johnny the good news that Miguel has woken up. They then see the stolen Dodge Caravan show up and they chase it to the sound of Kickstart My Heart by Motley Crue, running through red lights and breaking every speed limit. 80s band. It eventually ends into an on-foot pursuit into a garage where they get into a fight with a different guy and his friends. Both Daniel and Johnny make a great tag team, with Johnny going low and sweeping the leg, and Daniel going high and roundhouse kicking the face of the owner of the garage. Daniel and Johnny get into it also. Daniel says he regrets calling him for help and can't believe Johnny actually taught kids. Johnny goes deep and calls him some great teacher, but look what happened to Robbie. Daniel says that he's willing to admit that he failed Robbie, but maybe because he had a little Johnny in him.
Ooh.
They end up going different paths, with Daniel getting a call and telling the caller that he would be on his way. I love that fight that they did. Like, both of them with their, like, doing their own karate. Daniel getting the whole defense, Johnny doing the whole offense, and then hitting that one guy, Johnny going low like he usually does, and Daniel taking the high road like he usually does, and knocking that guy out. So it's like, Oh, I love that interaction. I love that tag team also, where it's just like, all right, I'll help you. But this one guy, like they're doing at the same time, roundhouse kick and sweep kick, and it was the best thing ever. That was my favorite moment right there.
I think mine was like right before that. Well, mine was when it started, when he jumped, when Johnny jumped in the car and the driver seat said that he was driving, and it started from there with that song, perfect song, 80s song, Kickstart My Heart, and then the pursuit. And then right before, or in the garage, or when they were in the garage, and Johnny, I don't know if you noticed, but Johnny pushes Daniel out of the way when he started the fight. He's like, whatever he says something or not, and then gives him a push out of the way and just starts fighting. And I just freaking love that. I thought that was great.
Hey, well, I love that too. It was awesome. Kreese approaches Rodney, who believes that Kreese was another man she owed money to. Kreese only claims to be a neutral party looking out for Tori's best interest, to which Rodney responds that either Kreese pays Tori's rent or for her, or she can do something else to get on Rodney's good side. Kreese responds by threatening to chop off Rodney's right hand index finger with a cigar cutter, where the landlord drops all of his bravado and begs to be spared. I had this fucking noise that he did. Like, what the hell was that? What the hell? I'm like, really? Really? Mr. High and Mighty over there trying to fucking flirt with the fucking young girl, and then he's all like, oh my god. And I love that. I love this part where it creases in. I'm just like, I hate pedals. I'm gonna fucking cut your finger off. So just like, all right, you're starting to redeem yourself, bud. And then, like, right before he does it too, and like, it's like, all right, fine, I'll do it. The scene instantly cuts to Miguel cutting a piece of sausage. Oh my god! They didn't do it, but still, that's funny as hell.
That was funny.
Oh. The scene is, it cuts to Miguel cutting a piece of sausage at the hospital. It's like, chick. And the way he just like eats it and just like looks up, implying that Kreese took the deal that was in his favor and leaving the landlord with his finger on his hand. So he, like, all right, fine. Johnny goes to the hospital and sneaks in to see Miguel, who reveals to Johnny that the doctor says he might never walk again. Johnny thinks, who is he to tell you that? Like a doctor. Fucking asshole. What do you mean? Like, he don't know. Like, yes, he does. What? Maybe he doesn't like doctors for some reason. No. Miguel asked Johnny what he did wrong, as he showed mercy and was rewarded with a broken spine. When Johnny is unable to console Miguel or give him an answer, Miguel, feeling betrayed, tearfully tells Johnny to get out. And Johnny leaves, leaving Miguel alone. And it's over dramatic on this episode.
But they need to be.
Get out! Get out!
Stop!
No, don't cut my finger off. Oh my god.
Okay, well, that part was just whatever, but I'm talking about
Your
whole Miguel.
Your mom committed suicide? What a freak. Come on, really?
Okay,
That's
yeah,
too
this
much.
episode was kind of dramatic, but
That's
still.
way too much.
But we love the show.
We do. We just love making fun of it, and yeah. Anyway, Daniel arrives at the rehab clinic where Robbie is eating a meal with Shannon. Daniel attempts to convince Robbie to turn himself into the police, but just as Robbie considers Daniel's offer, the police arrive into the scene. Betrayed and upset, Robbie attempts to flee, but the cop catches him before he can get too far. Daniel attempts to get through to Robbie, promising to do anything to help him along with visiting him, but Robbie tells Daniel not to try. This is what I mean. The whole, whoever wrote this on Fandom, great job. But the last episode where you decided to put Danny instead of Daniel the entire time, and then this one, Daniel, like, what? Come on. You did an amazing job, but still, You have to. I'm sorry, and there you go. I'm sorry. Please continue to do the work for season 6 when we get there, please. Because I don't want to like do what I did with Glow. And anyway, both kids are mad at their senseis when they're trying to be parents.
Mm-hmm.
Johnny's all like, "I'm sorry, man. I told you be merciful, have mercy, and all this stuff." Yeah, but still, I didn't mean to like. And he didn't know that it was his son that was going to be like, "Oh, fuck you," kick to the fucking chest, jumps over the railing. There's no way that would have happened in real life. Come on. Unless Miguel jumped up. But still. I digress. Even Robbie and Robbie feels betrayed that Daniel called the cops on him.
Yes. Yep. Both of them. I don't know. This episode kind of just broke my heart with that stuff, with with Johnny and
Sensei?
Daniel, and the guilt, and then more guilt, and then them making them feel like crap, and yeah.
We are in an episode where Kreese is the fucking good person here. What?
Yeah, what's happening? I have no idea.
What is happening in this episode?
It's like what is it? What is
Redemption
it?
episode.
Something universe. Oh, wait, what?
Alternate universe redemption episode though.
Well, I guess, but no, I was thinking like that's not the word I was thinking. Alternate universe. That's what I was thinking. Alternate universe episode.
What is happening? Next scene is at the Cobra Kai dojo. Kreese is telling his students that they are only as strong as their weakest links. When they remove those links, this is what they have left: 11 students. He continues and says that they are one unit with one united purpose. Tori arrives at the Cobra Kai dojo, resuming her karate training, now that her issue is worked out. Kreese is pleased, begins drills starting with the forward strike back. She basically owes him her life. The final flashback is Kreese kissing Betsy goodbye before he boards the military bus. Betsy tells him that she doesn't know if she can handle this, with him assuring her that it's just basic training, to which she promises that she'll be waiting for him. She asks him to promise that he'll come back, and he promises to not only come back, but to come back as a hero. Okay.
And that's the last time we see her as well.
Oh, no, she's in another episode. There's 2 episodes of her.
What? Is there?
Yeah. According to her IMDb, she has 2 episodes.
I don't remember. So, but I'll watch that and I'll find out.
In present day, Kreese tells his students that their whole life they are told to be good and that good is only a matter of perspective. He also tells them that they need to always remember that their enemies think what they're doing is right, that their enemies think of themselves as the heroes and his students as the villains. He then states that they now know the truth in that there's no good or bad, there's only weak or strong, and tells them that they have now shed their weakness and it is time to show their strength. If they do that, he promises that he will make them unstoppable, and stares right into the camera before the show ends the credits. Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, Robbie hates Daniel, Miguel hates Johnny, Tori thinks Kreese is her dad now, owes her his life. And now I know why she did that in season 6. Yeah, I know, but still, like, it's been 2 weeks. Come on.
It doesn't matter. Maybe there's one person out there that hasn't seen it yet. You never know.
All right, fine.
But I didn't even think about that either. Oh, see, I didn't even think about that. What you just said. That makes sense.
It
makes sense.
makes sense. It makes sense now,
I mean,
right? Yeah,
part of it, yeah.
part of it.
I mean, we know
Yeah, yeah.
the other reason why she was all, yeah, but yeah.
But the other part, like well, we'll talk about it on some other time because people are stating theories, and I'm like, shut up. It's like, enjoy the show and just shut up. But no, people are like stating theories, and when we get there, like in a few weeks, maybe. Or
You mentioned earlier about Hillary Swank, Julie,
yeah,
and that we thought, or it was a whatever, a theory or whatever, that she was going to be Tori's mom, play Tori's mom,
yeah,
which we found out she didn't. But also, there's apparently Easter eggs of her making a cameo still. So for
still.
season 6, yes.
Jeez, like,
Oh, you didn't see that?
no, at this point, I really don't care anymore. I was like, I
I
lost
actually just read.
interest in her.
I'm interested. I would like to know if that's true, if that's going to happen. But yeah, there's a whole article on it.
Okay, I'll have to look. Like, I have to look into the arco. But at this point, I'm just like, you've had
We're
since
over it.
season 2. Yeah, I'm over it. So you've had since season 2. You've been telling us about the Miyagi verse, and Julie was a part of the Miyagi verse, next Karate Kid, but yet you have yet to show her. So now, like, you're gonna do a last minute thing and just show her in the last episode of season
Not
6?
to give away too much, but just remember the box is all I'm going to say.
Oh.
That's all I'll
Does
say.
he
Because
have,
again, spoilers. But yeah,
he must have,
that's
okay. Then
so the
yeah,
box,
alright.
Mr. Miyagi,
Yeah.
Easter egg.
He was, he,
Yeah.
Michael Ironside's face. Like, don't trust this man.
I mean, I don't know if it's going to happen, but yeah, there is an article, so
Yeah, okay.
it'll be interesting. But yeah, that's what they were hinting at or saying. That was given away. That was the hint given away was the box and the secret. So yeah.
What's the secret? Badass moment.
Well,
Car.
obviously the
Garage.
fight in the garage, yes,
Yeah.
and the car, the pursuit. That was my favorite badass moment. So yeah, for sure, right there. Yeah.
The you know, that part where like one of them kicks in the face, the other one sweeps the leg. Like, it's a great tag team moment right there, and I was like, can you please do more of this?
Yes.
Do more tag team moments where one of them sweeps the leg, the other one roundhouse kicks, or do some other type of tag team moments there. And
I know.
we do
I
get
do
it
like
like
their tag
later on.
team. I love their tag team moments.
Not with them two, but specifically, but with others. They do it the very like later on in the season. Like, I was like, oh shit, that's pretty great right there. And hopefully is like, I think it's this season or next season, I don't remember. But like, hopefully, like, we get one of those in this season. But this is a badass moment right here. Season episode 2. What you think of it? Like,
Definitely better than episode 1. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
With not remembering exactly the rest of all of it, because I have a bad memory. I'm gonna have to probably say I feel like this episode is probably in my top 5 favorites.
Ooh.
I know we're early on; it's only 1 and 2.
Early.
So I'm taking a guess, but I'm pretty sure it's probably in my top 5.
Okay. Already discussing top 5 moments on the 10th episode and episode 2. All right. I don't remember any of the episodes, so I'm not gonna
See, that's what I'm saying. I don't remember, but I'm just gonna say I think this probably was top up there.
Like, and yes, I didn't do the whole binge watching thing before season 6. I only saw the episode of season 5, the last episode, and that was it. And then I came into season 6, and I was like, oh, okay. So now,
I did.
like,
I had to watch.
so
I did. I watched it all, and yeah, especially you have to watch all of season. I feel like you have to watch season 5 before you get into season 6.
So yeah, coming into like season 3 and then 4 and then 5, I'm just gonna be like clear headed, like don't remember anything. So this will be my first reaction from that. Second reaction, like first reaction was like, oh my god, yeah, and then for second reaction it's like, oh, okay, now I remember.
Yeah. Oh, this happened.
Oh,
That's exactly my reaction. What it was when I was watching it. What was it, last week? 2 weeks ago? When I rewatched and I was like, oh, I forgot about this. Oh, yeah, this happened. That's exactly how I was. Yeah.
right. Okay. Badass moments, final thoughts. We did all that. We killed it. We did episode 2 of season 3. We're done. We ready to leave? You ready to get out of here?
Until next time, absolutely.
Oh, yeah, until next time. All right, well, that is going to do it for this episode. Join us next week for another scene-by-scene episode breakdown of season 3 of Cobra Kai on Netflix. And if you feel you want to do a little bit more, follow and support us on Instagram, the Threads, YouTube, M3P Network on the Twitter. Follow and join the lives on TikTok at Evolution of the Geek by subscribing or join us. Show up to the live streams and hang out with the rest of the M3P community, and I will shout you out at the end of every episode, like Menace Smiling, Little Linguini, Brandy, Leanna, KCM, Mike W, Greg Levance, Minnie Mommy, Forever Jane, Alexandria, Tanya Rose 78, Georgia Elizabeth, Nerd in Texas Podcast, Jessa, Stabby Tabby, Danny, Nicole, Rowdy, Spicy Cajun Queen, Katrina Hannah, Not JJ, Angela, Funny Bones 96, Giggles, Amulet Amanda, Witty Transition, Lorefield Fam, Home Hope Saints, and Saints After Sundown. Saints After Sundown. I gotta say that right.
Tongue twister.
Plus 2 members of my Third Place Network team on Twitch, Shenrod and Mary Brewski. Make sure to follow those 2 Twitch accounts. They will be on the link tree in the show notes. Follow and support them on Twitch. Thank you for supporting, listening to the podcast, joining the TikTok Live, and being a huge part of my Third Place community. Let us know if you want to watch us live on Riverside. We would love to have you in the chat and interact with you at the same time. So tell your friends and join us next time for more behind-the-scenes stories, movie and TV show reviews. I'm Ebo.
I'm Brandy.
And remember,
strike first, strike hard.
No mercy.
Never.
Chop,
no mercy.
Chop this episode down and send it to the internet.
And flip that switch like Hawk.
Respect. Stingray.
Hash brown. Whatever.
Hash brown. All right. See y'all later. Have a great night. Thank you. Bye.